Welcome, welcome. This is game 2 of Complexity's Cruncher versus xSixMaker. We are viewing this. This is part of the finals, the grand finals for ESEA, the team league between xSix and Complexity. Both teams, great North American teams, and we're seeing the results of many weeks of team tournaments to find out who would be here. Maker took game 1 after Cruncher went for a 4-gate into a 5-gate into a lose your whole army. We did see Maker go for a 1-racks expand and be able to hold that, which was quite impressive on his front. A little bit of botched control on Cruncher's as well. But we're on another absolutely huge map here. This is GSL Crevasse. I am Gwyn, and with me is Laser. Laser, tell us a little bit about this map and the matchup.
The matchup right now is obviously going to be a good matchup. We got two really good players playing two of the favorite races I like watching. Map, you're going to have this free expansion off to the side of your base. Basically has a rich Vespian geyser and 6 mineral patches, I do believe. Yes, that is 6. And basically what happens is you have a choice to make. You can either defend your front, which has this destructible debris, and take this basically free expansion, or you can expand outside to a regular 8 mineral patch and double geyser. Only people who usually really do that is Zergs. We'll probably see either both players do like Nexus first expand, 1 barracks expand, or 3-gate expand, something like that. But definitely should be a macro heavy. Should be. Remember that, people. Should be. Because in the world of casting, every player makes us look wrong. But should be definitely macro-heavy match. Should be, like I said, 1 gateway expand, 1 barracks expand. We did see Maker already do that in this series, so wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again. It'll be even easier to do.
Looks like
should
Maker,
be a long game.
Maker going to be doing that. He's got his 1 barracks down, making that into an orbital, and has sent this SCV up to this top expansion to go ahead and drop that 1 racks expand. This is the back safe expansion for him. Got that rich geyser, as you mentioned. And Cruncher throwing down that cyber core, still continuing to chrono boost probes, only has 1 gas. So it's possible we could be seeing another all-in out of Cruncher, like a 1 gas 4-gate. It's possible he just hasn't taken that 2nd gas yet. Or he could be doing a single gas, 1-gate single gas expand to this back as well. I would be much more interested in seeing that sort of play, as I do love big, long macro games.
Yeah, macro games are usually fun. The games I don't like that are long are usually those every person decided to expand like a whole bunch, like macro with no action, where they don't do like small engagements. They just macro for 15 minutes and then A-click, and it's like, well, I lost all my shit, so game's over. Those, not so fun. But
I certainly
small engagement macro matches, lots of fun.
Maker continuing to produce out of all of his stuff. We are seeing 2 more barracks on the way. The command center about to finish up, and look at this. Cruncher gonna go ahead and drop down that Nexus. So we are seeing a single gas 1-gate expand out of Cruncher. This is actually a build I like quite a bit as a Protoss player. I feel it gets you that the amount of gas you need to make some sentries and some stalkers, and do a little bit of poking with your stalkers, which looks like exactly what Cruncher is doing. But you also have the mineral income to throw down that expansion pretty early and transition into some good 2-base tech.
Well, I want to see what he does. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't dropped a 2nd geyser at all. This is actually just kind of what makes it weird for me as a Protoss player, because I feel like gas is really huge. And then if you notice Maker, a big thing he does on this map is he just takes the rich refinery.
If you're gonna take 1 refinery and only 1 refinery, that is definitely the one to take. So you do get 10 gas per trip, I believe?
No, it's not that much. I think it's 6.
6 gas per trip then.
Instead of 4.
It's definitely more than you get with the normal one. Not being a player who plays on the GSL maps, I don't know the exact amount. I should know that. But look at this. Maker got his bunker at the front. He's got Marauders out. Concussive Shell, of course, his first upgrade. The single stalker from here, from Cruncher, going to poach out and scout the front if Maker decides to move out. Engineering Bay on the way, does not want to lose to any turret shenanigans or DT shenanigans. And that's a great move out of Maker, since he is not scouted and has no idea what Cruncher's up to.
Never does, man. Never scouts. By the way, don't feel bad that you didn't know how much gas comes out of the rich geyser, because I got made fun of on live stream for that. I didn't know either. Everyone was busting my chops. So.
But it looks like we have 4 more gates coming down from Cruncher, or 5 more gates rather. That is going to bring the total up to 6 gates. So we are going to see a gateway-heavy composition. That missile turret at the front going to keep any DTs. And look at this single stalker poking away at those destructible rocks. Plink, plink, plink.
That's a lot of gates, man.
SCV is going to see it. 6 gates now, so now we're up to 7 gates, it looks like, then.
Yeah, but that's a lot of gates because he's on like a half base. This side base is really like a half base. That's a lot. I'm not saying it's all in yet, but that's a lot. Like, that's enough where you can't do it with upgrades. Like, it's not like he could be researching out of a forge. It's not like he can be getting blink. Like, this is gonna be like a lot of his economy is devoted to this, and if he doesn't do enough damage here, he could ultimately put himself in a terrible, terrible position. And look, what is this? What is with all the sentries? Why so many?
Well,
I don't understand.
The thing with sentries, of course, as a Protoss player, you must know they don't cost minerals. They basically only cost gas. And so when you're spending a lot of minerals doing something like throwing down 1 million gateways, because you need to have that production, and you've got 3 gas, or I guess 3.5 gas because of the rich geyser, you have to spend your money somehow. So you spend it on sentries, and then as your money equalizes back out, you can warp in those expensive units, the stalkers.
I get that, but my problem here is like, okay, Cruncher used a lot of gas on that. He knows that if he's gonna push in here and engage, he has to engage from a low ground to a high ground into a choke. And he knows how Maker plays. He knows there's going to be bunkers, so he's going to have he's going to have a whole bunch of zealots basically run up a ramp into bullets and die. He really needs like a lot of stalkers, and I feel like he used a lot of gas for those sentries, a lot. Like maybe just too many. I'm not saying he didn't need any, but like right now he's got to have like what, 8? Oh man, he's got way more than that. He's got 12. That's a lot. The Guardian Shield is going to help, but you don't need 12.
Look at Maker. He's like, oh, you know what? I see your force there with my drop shot. I guess I'll just pull back and defend this. That is a lot of gateways down for Cruncher, though, and I mean, this is a pretty scary gateway army here.
It is. The food count's really close too. Look at that, 110 to 107 in favor of Cruncher. So this is gonna be really close. It's gonna come down to
look
this
at
choke.
that. Stim is done, and I think that is probably gonna spell the end with Medivacs and Stim. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to hold against this. No, Cruncher looks like he is being pulled back. Some good force fields, but those sentries getting picked off so fast by this barracks composition with the Medivacs there as well. I don't see how he's going to be able to hold. A little bit of miscontrol with some Medivacs, and the GG. Cruncher tries 2 very aggressive plays in back-to-back games, is unable to break Maker with either one, and finally GG's out. So this will bring the series in xSix's favor. So I'm really excited to see the next games out of xSix and which players both teams will choose. Can Complexity bring it back, or will xSix win the grand final of the SCA?
Stay tuned to find out.
This has been a cast by Gwyn and Laser. Definitely check us out on xSix's YouTube. Check me out at GR Starcraft. And what is your Twitter, Laser?
It's Laser, ITZLAZER.
There you go. Check us out. All those places. We always, of course, tweet when we upload new games. So stay tuned for that.